Hey folks, this is Vent with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review the Commission 1920. This is a game that you can find on Steam for about 15 bucks. So this is a follow-up to the game The Commission, Organized Crime Grand Strategy. It was released back in 2018, and that one sold for about $5, or at least that's what it does now. And based on what I've played so far, that game and this game are very similar to each other. I don't know the full story behind it. The Commission, the original one, has mixed reviews on Steam. The Commission 1920, has mostly positive. My guess is that perhaps the developers of this game decided, you know what, our first remake of The Commission from a while ago just didn't pan out very well. Let's go ahead and remake it. Give it sort of like a more modern look and make things a bit easier. And I think that's what happened here, but don't quote me on it. So what is the Commission 1920? Well, it is also an organized crime grand strategy game where you take on the role of one family. You're given a choice between, I believe, 5 different families: the Bogania family, the Salesi family, Junio family, Donano family, and the Roca family. And each of these families, I'm sure those names I've butchered, play a little differently. Like the Salesi family is sort of like a jack-of-all-trades kind of thing. The Junio family has more of a more combative thing where they're able to push into enemy territory a little bit more easier. So different families will behave differently. When you're setting up your game, you'll also be able to choose between different traits. You'll be able to set up how many opponents you fight. You can also set the boroughs that are in this game. By default, there are 5 boroughs, and within these boroughs are neighborhoods. And the typical gameplay flow is this. You've got a family tree. I mean, you've got your head honcho, but then you've got this capo regime. That is a title that is kind of given to middle people that have subordinates under them to do their bidding. Those subordinates are called soldados. They are sort of like your lieutenants, kind of, sort of, and they will be assigned these associates, which are like your red shirts. So they're like your no-named people. So you've got your capo regime, who is assigned to a borough. And then you've got your soldados, which are assigned to capo regimes, and these soldados are then assigned to neighborhoods. And they have associates assigned to them. And each of these neighborhoods, you'll be able to set up various rackets, I think they're called, so that you can start earning money. These rackets vary. For example, some might involve mugging, or you can set up a gambling den, or set up protection, or robbery, that kind of thing. And each of these rackets cost different money in order to set up. And once you do set them up, you can even upgrade them 3 more times in order to make them more efficient. It increases their maintenance cost, but now what will happen as you set these up, you will earn money passively, but you will also earn heat passively. Now the game is nice. It's automatically set up so that whenever you reach 80 heat, the game will automatically turn off those rackets for the time being so that you don't generate any more heat and get yourself into trouble by the police. So you just have to wait some time, and eventually your heat will fall back to 0, and then it'll automatically again resume. But you can set that. You can manually set it if you want, and you can adjust that manually. For me, the game gets nitty-gritty enough to where it's just going to be too much for me to manually play with it. So yeah, this is a turn-based game, not real-time. So a lot of your time is going to be, okay, I've got my capo regime. I'm going to assign them to this borough here. Okay, I've got 2 of these soldados assigned to him. Let's go ahead and assign some associates to these soldados. And then let's go ahead and assign this soldado to this neighborhood. Okay, set up these rackets. Okay, set this soldado to this neighborhood. Okay, give them some associates. Set up their rackets, and off they go. And then next turn, next turn, next turn, next turn. Oh, look, they're earning reputation. What does that mean? Well, reputation will give them the ability to bring in more associates over time. These capo regimes will also be able to turn free associates into more soldados so that you can sort of get more lieutenant. I call them lieutenants, just it's just easier for me to think of it as like captain, lieutenant, red shirt. You know what I mean? It's just easier for me to think of it that way. But so you can promote these associates that you're recruiting to soldados. And then, again, these soldados will also earn reputation and so on. There's also a tax that you have to observe. These capo regimes will demand tax and money, and if it's too low, they'll lose loyalty. Loyalty is needed because low loyalty means that other families in this game will gain intel on you more easily. So you want to make sure that they're well paid. Keeping them well paid increases loyalty, reputation, allows them to keep recruiting, that kind of thing. Each soldado and capo regime has sort of like a cap on how many associates they can have. So eventually you'll be branching off, promoting lieutenants to capo regimes, and so on. This game, though, is the more I played it, the more of a, I don't want to call it an idle clicker because it's not real time. It's more of a turn-based idle clicker in the sense that, again, earn money, turn, next turn, earn money, next turn, earn money, okay. And then wait for heat to go down, heat to go down, heat, all right, wait. In between the waiting, again, you can upgrade your rackets, make them better. You can only have so many rackets per neighborhood. One cool part of this game is that you can upgrade your rackets. So if you have 5 investments, every time you upgrade a racket, it's called an investment. If you have, say, 5 investments in bribery or 5 investments into mugging, then you get to assign a skill point to one or the other of an upgrade. So one mugging upgrade might be increase the profit by 25%. The other one might be reduce heat by 1. So the more you invest into a particular racket, no matter what neighborhood it's in, the more skill points you can put into it to make it better. So you can sort of branch out into different rackets, or you can focus on a couple of rackets and upgrade them over time, which is kind of cool. So there's that. There's also like a voting thing going on here where all of the crime families will vote on, okay, here's one of 3 benefits that your crime families will get across the board. Which one do you want to vote on? Based on the vote, this is what happened. Kind of reminds me of the Galactic Civilizations Council, where they all get together, all the alien races get together and vote on something. Kind of similar there. So yeah, I mean, it's not a bad game, but again, the more I played it, the more tedious it got. Just because I was constantly, this menu, upgrade, go back, this menu, upgrade, go back, and I can only upgrade one thing at a time. And then I have to, next turn, okay, now it's upgraded, now I want to upgrade it again. So go into that menu, upgrade it, go back, upgrade it, go back, upgrade, go back, and then it's like, it became a menu hunter / navigator simulator at some point, where it was just constant navigating menus, trying to get stuff done. I rarely saw the stuff behind the scenes. It was just, it became, again, the larger I grew my family and the more soldados I got, the more tasks I had to assign to them and the more things I had to upgrade. And they increased their associate max count over time. Again, as they gain reputation, they can hold more associates, which is important because if they get attacked, the more associates you have, the more muscle you have, and the more of a chance you will pass that battle, whatever. Like, local gangs might attack you or something. And so as long as you've got enough associates and muscle, you'll deal with that. It's not bad, okay? It's not a bad game. It's just, again, it became extremely tedious the longer I played it. I like the idea of it, though. But there was really no graphics or, like, there was no action. All of it was spreadsheets. It was just, it was nice spreadsheets. But again, navigating the various menus to get to what I wanted, that was a little, again, tedious and cumbersome. But if you don't mind a turn-based, menu-driven strategy game of sorts, where, again, a lot of your time is just spent upgrading things, waiting, upgrading things, waiting, and then reorganizing your family as needed to accommodate more soldados and capo regimes, then yeah, you might like this one. Just, be warned that, it gets more tedious as you play it. Do I think it's worth it? Maybe on a sale. I would probably buy this on a sale if it were me. If you guys haven't already subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube, that way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vince, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.